It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And welcome to the realm of geekdom. This is nerd breaking news. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss an episode. All right, guys, let's talk about LeBron James and his current situation is going on with the Lakers. Today is his debut of the season against the Utah Jazz. So, what does the future hold for him? What do you guys think is going to happen to his legacy? And what can we see? Who wants to go ahead and take the first one?
Go ahead, Professor.
I think the future for LeBron is now. I don't think he has much time left, and I think that's okay. He's had a long career. He's accomplished a lot, and he's almost done. I think that anyone who's objective can see it. I also think that he's at the point now where, because of how he's aging and the gravity that he commands, he might be hurting the Lakers more than he's helping. Austin Reeves has a good thing going on. Huge fan there, apparently. I don't know why I am, but I just am. Luka Doncic has a good thing going on as well, and the two of them have a certain synergy that I think his presence will disrupt. The most appropriate thing for him to do, I think, is to be traded away from the team, because one, it's clearly not his anymore. Two, him being slotted in as a first or a second option doesn't really make sense anymore. And I don't think he's interested in being a third option. So why is he there? Because when you're looking at his skill set, all he'd be left doing is essentially what Draymond does for Golden State. And LeBron doesn't seem to enjoy those things. I don't think he wants to be a second or third ball handler. I don't think he wants to be out here getting rebounds. I don't think he wants to be setting screens. I don't think he wants to be playing any defense at all. I think at the end of the day, his interest is in scoring more points. And there's no point in him doing that with the Lakers. Now, I would say the next logical step would be to go to Sacramento, but unfortunately Westbrook is there for him, and Westbrook and him don't get along. And Westbrook's doing well in Sacramento, so that won't be a good home for him. So I think the bigger question is, what team can LeBron James be rehoused in? And I honestly don't see many where he fits. So I sense that retirement is coming soon.
The thing is, he has a trade clause in his contract, right? So he dictates to a large degree where he wants to go. So the burning question really is that not so much how much it's going to affect this season, but the future. But let's start with this season, right? Let's start with scenario A. I think LeBron is screwed either way. This is a guy who was told as a teenager that he was going to be the chosen one, tattooed on his back. Everybody told him he was amazing. And again, I have LeBron better than Kobe. I have LeBron top 5. I have LeBron top 2. And I'm going to bite Stephen A for a little bit here. That's not hating. I have him as the second best player in the history of basketball.
Yeah.
He's probably the most talented player not named Wemby ever in the history of basketball.
Yeah.
That's not an insult. That's not, oh my God, how dare you? No, dude. The thing is, his fan base is so annoying. But again, when you put somebody number 2 in the history of basketball, how is that hating? But anyways, the issue is that he's in a no-win situation. He has a long, again, his friends, the media. He's been told X, Y, and Z. He obviously wants to go out with another ring. The issue he has is it going to be in LA or somewhere else? But if it is in LA, he's screwed because he's clearly not the best player in his own team.
Nope.
It's Luka Doncic. And then AR-15's ascension from 20 points to 28 to hopefully a first-time All-Star for his career, 27 years old, hurts LeBron because if AR makes the All-Star team, Luka Doncic makes the All-Star team. The Lakers have right now they're 4th seed and they're top 3 seed, and Luka's an MVP candidate with the exception of Jokic and SGA. Then to Professor's point, what's LeBron's role in this? Because remember, his fan base, his hardcore fans, his media, himself, they don't want to allow the idea that he's ever going to be a Robin because it hurts his legacy.
Yes.
Because again, some people are going to say if he wins a ring with the Lakers again, oh my God, he's got 5 rings. That's technically true, but the thing is, if Luka Doncic wins a Finals MVP, it was Luka's ring, and you just so happens to be a part of Luka's championship team when you weren't the best. Remember, they're trying to do. We're not dumb. The LeBron fan base, Rich Paul, Marvin Carter, all these people, they're trying to build every single time you see LeBron, whether it be social media, playing, whatever. They're trying to build that GOAT conversation. This is the guy who had the barbershop show and said, "I'm the GOAT" after I came back and I won the 3-1 series. After I cried to the refs and I bitched about Draymond getting suspended, and they came back and they won. The problem is, man, is that he's been saying this for such a long time that obviously his fans are going to believe anything he says, but actual, people that actually objective about basketball, it looks so horrible that you call yourself and you're so obsessed with. You get mad at Stephen A.
Chasing. He's been chasing the same dream.
Right? The beef between him and Stephen A. Supposedly the argument is that if you want to believe either one of them, Stephen A's argument is I have receipts and X, Y, and Z. But the rumors are they don't like that Stephen A. doesn't concede because he has a huge basketball influence that he's the GOAT. He's obsessed with that damn debate. He's obsessed with that damn title. What he and I said this last time, and I'll say it again. LeBron was clearly manufactured by the NBA. He was going to be the next dude. He had a great run, like the professor said. He's the second player in the history of basketball. You want to get mad at somebody? Don't get mad at Luka because that's Luka's team. Don't get mad at the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Get mad at the kid from Davidson and get mad at Kevin Durant because the 2010s were supposed to be your decade of going 8 straight finals on the Eastern Conference, and you couldn't win enough. And if you actually really want to go deeper into it, because we can, 2011, whose fault was that? It wasn't Wade. Wade was averaging 26 points a game. Everybody made fun of you because J.J. Barea and Jason Terry punked you in the NBA Finals. That's one. The 2014 Finals with the Spurs came back, revenge of the Sith mode, and they annihilated you in 5 games. And Kawhi Leonard basically said, "Hey, I got it.
I got you.
Then they lost the next year with Kyrie got injured in game 1, which to be fair to LeBron, it would have been a hell of a series if Kyrie was still, but he got injured in game 1, and they lost to the Warriors. Then the next year was 3-1, Draymond, and then they got blown out by Kevin Durant's boys, right? 2 in a row, 17 and 18. Kevin Durant basically said, "It's my time. I got this nasty squad. Nobody's going to beat me." And then you won the bubble ring, which, it's an asterisk on that.
Yeah.
You should have won more championships. At the end of the day, Kevin Durant and the kid from Davidson, in my opinion, the greatest point guard in history, Stephen Curry, is the reason you don't have more rings. So it's a little annoying because you notice that his fan base only count. They're obsessed with the losses. He went up against Juggernauts and he did. They don't care about the wins. It's more about the losses. You know why? Because he has more losses than wins.
Bingo. Bingo. And the thing is, adding to that point about his losses, there's something else I want to point out too. The LeBron and Stephen A. Smith beef is weird, and I don't think folks talk about it enough. But for a long time, the whole thing that Stephen A. had with Skip Bayless was that Skip was the anti-LeBron guy, and Stephen A. was the pro-LeBron guy. He never called him the GOAT, but he always, to a certain degree. Yeah, remember? Yeah, but when you're looking, he never called him the GOAT, but he still always defended him on national television, and you're talking about for decades. And when you're looking at Stephen A's commentary about LeBron, I think a question to ask is like, when did it go left? And has it really even gone left? Like, what is he actually saying that's that bad?
Well, no, he said it, Jay. He said it. He said it in his podcast. If I recall what, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said the reason why his camp doesn't, doesn't get along or doesn't associate themselves with Stephen A anymore is because Stephen A refuses to call him the GOAT. That's exactly what it is. It's literally that one issue. That's it.
Yeah, but if that's it, like that's pretty small.
That's pretty, that's very petty, bro.
That's been his issue for the last. He thought, I guess he put the cards on the table. He thought when he went to 2010, in the summer of 10 to the Heat, he thought enough is enough. I quote unquote paid my dues for the first 7 years in Cleveland. Let me get a prime Wade and a prime Bosch, and let me ransack the Eastern Conference. And he did. He went to 8 out of 10 finals. The problem is when you got to the finals, for whatever reason, you couldn't get it done. So after a while, his argument for the GOAT, we saw it with our eyes. We could go to YouTube if you didn't see it. We could go see the stats are not everything. The problem is, man, is that we saw too many times where you failed. Too many damn times. And the argument is, with the LeBron fans, is he went up against juggernauts. Mike didn't do that. Bro, Mike was the juggernaut. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And what's harder? I'll ask both of you guys this. To be the juggernaut consecutively or beat the juggernaut?
To be.
Correct.
Always to be.
Correct. And so his fan base is obsessed with, but those losses, he went up against monsters. Oh, did you go also? Hold on. So was JJ Barea a monster? Was Jason Terry a gauntlet that you had to go through? Get out of here, man.
And there was a young Kawhi Leonard too.
Oh, by the way, a baby Kawhi.
Yeah.
That was baby Kawhi and old Tim Duncan. And then the year before, you beat him because of the luckiest shot in the history of basketball, Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Which is another thing. You relied on a lot of people to cover your deficiencies.
Well, no, the professor said it. The professor said it perfectly. Yeah. The people, the teammates that this man has had the last 20. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin Love was averaging 26 points a game in Minnesota the year before he went to Cleveland. Chris Bosh was averaging 24 points a game, a double-double for 4 years in a row. Second round exits in Toronto before he came to the Heat. Everybody who knew basketball. Forget the casual people. I'm talking about the people that actually knew basketball in 2010. Chris Bosh was a goon. Yes. He was a monster, bro. And for his fan base to say that he was the third wheel and all that stuff. You're lucky you had Chris Bosh, man.
Yep. One of the points that I always make is when you're looking at the LeBron James Heat team, a point to consider is that 3 of the top 5 scorers in the Eastern Conference were all on the same team. When you think about that, that would be like, let me run an experiment real quick.
Oh, by the way, Professor, hold on, you're missing Battier, you're missing Mike Miller, Ray Allen, you had the Birdman.
To put it in perspective, the equivalent of that would be like if, let's run an experiment. It would be like if Giannis was on the same team with Tyrese Maxey and Donovan Mitchell.
Yikes!
That's basically what we're talking about. That's what that actually is. It'll be Giannis, Tyrese Maxey, and Donovan Mitchell on the same team.
And you know why that fits perfectly?
That's what he had.
You know why that fits perfectly? Because Giannis was the Finals MVP and a champion like Wade was. And everybody who saw that 2011 Finals knew that, because again, we knew people back in the day, and we're gonna name names, that literally blamed Dwayne Wade for that Finals loss, and I was like, that's insane. That's how the number of fan base these people are willing to go. We're gonna blame Dwayne Wade for that 2011 Finals.
You know what's funny? I just accidentally found a nice stat. In that year when LeBron James joined Kyrie Irving and left the Heat, Dwayne Wade was the top scorer in the Eastern Conference.
You know what's funny? They're going to make the argument, because they've always made the argument that every time LeBron leaves a team, they're in shambles. That's not a good thing.
Nope.
It's never been a good thing.
But correct. But that narrative that the LeBron fans say all the time is like, wait, that's not a flex.
They're in shambles.
The problem is that when LeBron plays, the style that he plays, wherever he goes, you have to fit to his style because it's the only way he knows how to play. So he needs certain pieces that the moment he leaves, these pieces can't really cohesively work together.
So how would that work with AR-15 and Luka for the rest of the
It's
year?
not.
No.
But I think TK is being nice again. I think that what happens is I don't think it's as simple as folks fitting into his system. I think he gives them no choice because he takes over the
Yeah.
point guard duties. So
Yeah.
what happens is we look at this entire concept of a point forward as this incredible thing. No, because think about it. If you're the point forward and you're dominating the ball, what's your point guard doing? How does your point guard feel
In the
about not
corner,
being
like
able to
Mario
actually?
Thomas, in the
Yeah.
corner, like
Hiding in
Mario.
a corner, not doing anything, going in circles.
Get ready to pop a three.
You're basically turning the point guard into a shooting guard. But point
Mhm.
guards aren't shooting guards. That's why they're point guards. So but at the same time, you're not shooting. So in reality, when you're looking at it, you're not doing your job, and you're saying that this person can't do their job either. So I think in reality, when you're looking at his style, it's not altruistic. It's incredibly selfish and it's incredibly disruptive, and it destroys the games of all these people. Because what ends up happening is, I think it was Tristan Thompson who said that LeBron James told him that his only job is to get rebounds. So all the other parts of his game completely fell apart. Chris Bosh, for example, things that he used to be able to do, couldn't do them.
He was a
Kevin
corner.
Love.
He was
Mhm.
a spot up shooter in the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It messes people up. And then
And,
when the players revolt, he gets all mad at them.
and to
There
your
was there
point,
was mm-hmm.
Luka's a ball heavy dominant player.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron is a ball heavy dominant player. I
Mm-hmm.
said this and I'll say it again. Two things happened to LeBron that messed him up. Luka Doncic came to the Lakers, and the Lakers got bought by the Dodger ownership.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the future and the present of the Lakers is Luka Doncic, and he is in a
Absolutely.
no-win situation.
Absolutely.
Because as much as the media wants this to happen, as much as ESPN is obsessed with this man, he's the money maker and all that stuff. If they go to the finals by the grace of God, I guarantee you're going to hear Kendrick Perkins, David Miniman, all these people are going to come
Mhm.
right. All these people are going to come out and say, if they reach the finals, $5.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, he probably
Always.
he's
Yeah.
the favorite to win MVP. He's the favorite to do. They're going to do because anybody who saw the 2020 finals, that was AD's finals MVP. Everybody,
Yep.
he was
Yeah.
dominating.
Don't
that
even
finals.
remind me.
The
Don't
same
even
thing is
remind
going to
me.
happen if they go to they're going to try. I'm not saying
They're
they're
gonna brainwash it. They're gonna throw it in our head to the point that
I'm not
people are
saying
just
they're
gonna
going to be
accept it.
successful. I'm not saying they're going to be successful, TK. I'm saying that the propaganda is going to be so much. They're going to make you forget that Luka's playing, and Luka's going to dominate. And then the casual fans will be like, oh, I don't know, it should be LeBron, dude. Luka is putting 40.
Mhm.
That's what, unfortunately, that's his worst case scenario. Because again, if Luka Doncic wins a ring and a Finals MVP, and you are in that team, LeBron, and you've been telling to everybody you're the GOAT, dude, you won as a Robin. That's a wrap, right? Think about it. That's. I'd rather if I'm LeBron.
It
if
will
I'm
become
LeBron,
one of the biggest arguments about his fifth ring for sure.
because
There's
if we're gonna criticize,
Yeah, in his career, because we could do it to Kobe Bryant, saying it was Shaq, we could do the same thing here.
oh, good luck, bro. 'Cause his fan base is gonna find a way. They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
Yeah.
They'll find a, oh, they just gave it to Luka, but LeBron's a better player.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
Ooh.
So you were mentioning the new ownership and everything. What is going to be LeBron's future? So let's say he does stay for the rest of the year. Where do we see him in a year?
In the Eastern Conference, he'll do his farewell thing because his ego and all that stuff. He can't go on without a look at Chris Paul. Unfortunately, Chris Paul has horrible stats. He's an older guy. He's in the Clippers. Paul Pierce got ridiculed by Draymond when he said you're not Kobe, you're not getting a farewell thing. That went viral. This is a guy who's very egotistical. He wants you to feel his presence. He wants you to think that he's the GOAT. He's absolutely going to have 1 or 2 more years to do a farewell thing in the Eastern Conference because in the Western Conference, it hasn't worked out for him.
I have a different view. I think he's almost done. I think he retires next year. I think he would like to stay longer, but I don't think there's anywhere for him to go that fits the skill that he would like. Because if you're LeBron James, okay, what kind of teams would you like to play for? His list, I think, is very short. He's not going back to Miami, so that's out. Cleveland doesn't want him back because they got too good of a thing going. Kid, would you want him on the Knicks?
Nah.
Correct. The Knicks are out. You have the Bulls, but he can't retire with the Bulls. Ooh, that's a bad look.
Don't do it.
So
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So where do you think? So what's left? The Pelicans? Like maybe he could do Phoenix because his son's there, so he can go ahead and like finagle that. But he doesn't. He's so old. He's not going to be able to assemble a little mini Avengers team the way he used to be because all his people are old heads now. So no, like
the old Avengers.
Correct. There's nothing.
My back.
There's nowhere. What I'm saying is there's nowhere for him to go. It's done.
No, I think. Listen, no, I think the name carries so much, man. I think.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
I think it'll be as much as. Listen, I think he retires. I think you just don't know with this dude. But I just think that he's going to give the NBA 1 year of a farewell where he goes to every arena and everybody and he wants. Yeah, that's fine next year. And then
next year
they'll give him his flowers because again, Professor, all he wants is to go to the arena. Somebody gives him his flowers. He gets you like 20 points a game, and then he's like, "Yo, I'm not getting that 5th ring, but I'm reminding people that the GOAT came to your town." That's what he wants people to believe. Unfortunately, thank God for the kid from Davidson. They ruined his legacy.
Correct.
Well, what's the possibility of him joining the kid of Davidson?
I think the salary cap is messed unless he takes such a drastic. Unless the Lakers are like, okay, bro, give me Kuminga, give me Al Horford, who should have been retired. I don't know. It's hard because of salary cap. But if you're saying that he goes in the free agency, then I don't think. Look, it's a cool story, TK. But what is they gonna do, bro? The Warriors are already old. Now you're adding LeBron, so there's going to be no defense. Draymond Green will love it because Draymond Green is a part-time Laker in his mind. He loves LeBron. He clearly forgot that he's getting paid by Golden State.
Yep. So I guess here's the question: if you're Golden State, would you rather have LeBron James or Jimmy Butler?
Man, they're both injury prone.
Exactly. You see how you went? Ooh, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the exact issue. The answer is clear. We don't want to say it, but the answer is clear. That's why it doesn't work. Because that's what it would cost.
You know what also hurts? You know what also hurts LeBron? And I'll say before we're done. The viewership is as high as it's been in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't played until tonight's game. At the time of the recording, he's playing right now against Utah for his first season debut. And the viewership is up. That tells you we're fine. We're good. You could go out to the sunset, bro. You're a top 5 player. You're the GOAT of your generation. You're just not the GOAT of all time because we saw a guy who went 6-0 and didn't lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant did, or whatever.
Yeah.
Go Pistons in 04.
I mean, Kobe Bryant's terrible shit. I mean, come on. He did it to
God damn, leave my boy alone. Damn.
Kobe was horrible that finals, man.
I know he was. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let us know what you think. Give us your opinion about the legacy of LeBron, and we'll probably bring it up in one of our other conversations. But keep your fandom alive and your wardrobe engaged. Until next time, fellow nerds, this is Nerd Breaking News.